Early in the season, it can be a little bit frustrating, and you might run into some small little detail errors there. But I feel like, given time, I 100% agree with you. We should see this roster really stabilize, become a staple in ECL, and you know what? Even extend past that point into like more of like I said, a playoff contending team that can do damage here. I'm not sure, how high this team can really fly, but I expect them to, punch well above their weight and see if they can show that in the first map here on Ancient.
So let's go ahead and take this one away. Rocket are going to kick off quickly with some mid-aggression, and Nero will be in charge of firing off the first couple of shots, but no kills just yet. But they are able to fall back to safer spots until aleph takes a bit of a swing right into Wiz. Now there is A from the Cubby. Berettas could shoot through a couple, but now losing his teammates and too many players, overwhelmed by Carpe Diem.
Stoolies looking to save them here. Nooz on the hunt. He clear his corners though. He will, but still not being able to find the kill. Finally does eventually run it down. So post plants become complicated right now. Lake able to plant the digits in, but no health on Wiz, very low.
Oh, and a perfect pre-aim there. The dual Beretta is chewing through. Wiz, though, can win it, actually. He finds a headshot on Hemia. And now is able to reposition, and nooz not prepared. A clutch comes through from Wiz. A little three-piece and a pistol for Carpe Diem.
Man, Wiz right there, big time. Able to close that one out. Had no HP. That's why I thought it was gonna be nice and over. But oh, he steps up, lands a nice headshot, and finishes. Good job right there in the 1v1. Fantastic clutch to start things off. You do like to see a Wiz clutch in the first round. That's got to be a big confidence builder in what this guy can really get the job. That he can get the job done for this team. His clutches are unbelievably consistent.
Just a really nice reposition in that clutch as well, just to guarantee it, because when you're on such low HP, you got to give yourself other factors to give yourself the advantage, and catching nooz looking sideways is a good way to win it. So now second round. Still a force here for Rocket, but there is at least an M4 bot up. nooz drops that over to Nero. Gives them just a small chance. And allows them to take some space back, even. But Arcade spins around and actually delivers the double kill. Well played here. And now that actually makes me realize as well, Walco is not in the server today. It is Arcade instead. So, again, Arcade's always willing to stand in for his former teammates. He's always in between. I'm not sure how official he is on this lineup, but something nice to see. That isn't, though. That's an AK down. And it'll be a walk into this A site, but A main could be a threat.
Be able to punch in the digits here. Might want to just save onto what you can. See if you can find an exit here, maybe with that 5-7. Mia able to escape the grass for now. Doesn't just get any chances though with that A1S to get work done, except for right there. He will at least find himself a cheeky little exit. Might want to hunt here a little bit more. I mean, it might be worth it with the A1S. That was the reward. My crew could have chased things down at the very least. He gets scared off there. Arcade not the same though. He's a little bit more confident and he goes down. So some good exit damage there for Mia.
Yeah, so I mean, Walker wasn't present for yesterday's game, but it was just expected he'd return. He's a mainstay of the lineup. So maybe Carpe Diem undergoing a little stand-in situation.
Trying to think of whether that would be for, like, ECL like roster rules.
Maybe.
You know, too many players transferring for the start of the season. That could be the reason as to why.
Yeah, to maintain the core of unjustified.
Right. I mean, that makes sense here, right?
Of course, Micro is in the server as well. Kind of. Again, as one of the newer players.
Yeah, I feel like you have to have 3 at least.
You do.
So that would probably be the reason then right there. But either way, in towards that B side again. I mean, he's starting to wield that A1S here, still fighting impact, but this mid control still equalized, so AK retrieved. They're gonna force a hand towards this A1S, but they do trade him out at least.
Hold on. But Nero has a Galil, but he can't put it to work well enough. Unfortunately, unarmored. Now A is chasing and thunder stomping while he's at it. Not gonna let him get any space on the site. Plant will go through. Running out of ammunition, though, needs to back away for a reload late. Advances on the angle, wisely so, and will convert the 1v1, denying Rocket a little bit of an uprising, and boy, does he have something to say about it.
Hey, that was the guy on the ground right there.
Oh, I get it, I get it.
Yeah, you like that one?
Yeah, I do.
Nice. Carpe Diem, though. I mean, these rounds have been a little bit scrappy here, with a lot of casualties, a lot of reinvestments, but off to a nice start so far. Able to, I mean, just about close out every round. Second was easier for sure, but a couple of these pistol in the last round coming down to clutches. So Lake takes mid control quickly. Looking to take a tussle towards middle. Here would be that contact here. He's got a nice little sight line.
But eventually he's got to worry about the low peak as well. So, might reconsider. Nooz has some shots flying right past him. Pretty darn awkward, and he's going to fake a reload behind the smoke. And then once his cover runs out, it's time to back off. Just trying to punish any risky plays that Carpe Diem want to go for. Oh, double setup. Could be dangerous here for Micro, but he just gets the information, and that's powerful right there.
Ooze. Okay, he does fold eventually.
Ooh.
Flashbang doesn't go as planned here. Nero making sure Arcade's campaign doesn't go as planned either, and they are still losing numbers quickly. Another casualty over towards Cave, and they've now got to fight down 2.
Oh, just a corner, just escapes. Nero misses, though, on the player jumping up, but that's only going to signal it's going towards his B site. nooz caught in the open. Emia needs to hold down, and he'll do so. Seb needing a trade, but instead hands his back over to him. And that'll be Rocket's first gun round.
Nicely done. Start things off right there. Just able to win so many of those fights there. Nero with the op doing some good work as well. And the casualties that I was talking about a little bit earlier there, they come costly a little later on, where force buys are in order here in some sense. They'll go for a big investment. They got a set strategy for this one, running up the ramp side of things, and it's the right move here. There's limited resistance.
Ooh. But crossing out before the smokes bloom and 2 get cut down. A bomb plant, I suppose, is happy enough. But perhaps jumping the gun. For the rest of Carpe Diem, Seb's going to push forward, and aleph will clean him up. Micro probably just going to hide in the smoke, and if he can find Nero's op, well, he won't. It could have been interesting, but instead Rocket come through with the defuse. And just a pretty calm retake there. A little bit of maybe a hiccup from Carpe Diem. And Rocket are there to punish.
Yeah, with you there, it felt like they had a really good idea of scaling in towards that B site. but they might have just crossed a little bit too quickly, or, you know, the whole game plan was to get towards CT as soon as possible and try and get into a post plant. Might be the only way you can really win with lesser weaponry. And in doing so, you know, they secure a bomb plant, they just don't really get as much damage as they were hoping for, or the round in general. But definitely game plan here, just very quick to react in some of these rounds, so.
Yeah, the lost bonus hadn't built up enough for Carpe Diem to really want to go for the full purchase. Oh, this is going to get weird. Or is it? Nooz? Oh, around the smoke. Lake finds the tracers. That's a kill and a gun dropped.
Is he done? Right in the hands of Micro now, can have some fun with it. They are still fighting, though. I don't care in this world here. Lake. Oh, look at this timing right now. B is so vulnerable from this position, but it's being covered at the moment here, just in time. Aleph comes through. He'd be prepared for 2 around that corner, though.
That's the question. Off angle, being locked in, and Emiya also trying to cover down the doors. Struggling on the spray, though. Arcade will hit the 1 dig. But Aleph has made things awkward. That long, drops the bomb, and Micro was going for the around the world play, but instead, no. Well, he's thunder stomping right into A. And he runs out of ammo. No dice. I mean, a small chance there, but can't convert the kills. 3-all here for Rocket.
I feel like I blinked and I missed the part where somehow Micro went from cave to red room. In the heat of the moment, though, there will be some decent damage that Carpe Diem get done, just not, again, not the round, not the bomb plant. They still get a knock out and Wiz, though, so that's good news here. We'll see what he can do with this AWP out. But for the meantime, Rocket are really building on these defensive rounds. They're looking strong, looking quick to react. They look like they've got some good protocols to take some map control here. Fighting down ramp, a little bit of support. They slow things down. They do have a main control as well.
Rocket actually have a good amount of map control to lead off here. And it's information that's actually pretty unknown for Carpe Diem. They can start to make some guesses about where their opponents lie. But even Nero still present here in Donut with his off, and that Molly will not force him off.
Still have coverage of red room as well, so not threatening just yet to get a big flank right here with this position for Micro, but he can get a big lurk if his teammates can do the hard work of getting into this B bomb site. He'll be able to maybe cut off those rotations and influence in the mid round, but in the meantime, while this execute's going off here, a little bit of mid-re-aggression from Nero's coming through.
Oh, and well, Nero will get popped, and so will Emiya here on the B site, so chaos in the comms for Rocket, as players are dropping everywhere. Now 3 players charge down Nooz as well, making sure that cave control is established here. Bomb plant successful in this round. Gets a lot more difficult. But Amali, hold on, onto the default plant spot. Seb swings out into the open, and will go down 2v2.
Chance here to work, but they gotta move quickly, and Wiz on the fly manages to take down Aleph.
Gets in front of the smoke. Try and lock this one down. A gets the flash off. It has to deal with Lake inside of cave at the moment. Look at this Wiz playing that perfectly. Perfect ring around the Rosie there. And his off will sing for a 4th.
Wow. Absolutely. Sick right there from Wiz towards the tail end there, converting those last couple of kills. Again, that's just a great little bit of map positioning coming through for Carpe Diem. You get Micro at the start of the round towards the top of red room, and again, he goes 1 for 1 over there, but still it's pretty comfortably maintained from that point forward with some solid utility usage, great execution power on that B side. Really well played. It'll give them that lead back as soon as they lose it.
I mean, I love that proactivity from Wiz. He sees the smoke dropping in, and it pops in his head to say, I'm just gonna step in front of that. Take the fight. Now, he does get knocked off of his angle. And in the meantime, Red Room is also very open right now for Rocket. Nero's gonna get called back to cover that.
Putting a lot of panic on this B side here with the utility that they're throwing. Forcing some readjustments. Middle control is going to be pressed upon here. A. He jiggles out. Oh! But gets the utility out on accident. Scroll wheel bested him here. Maybe he could be saved by left. He doesn't go for the repeat though. He's just going to bail and try and join up with the rest of his team. It's going to have to be a retake here.
No, but Nero's not going to miss that. Arcade tries to get himself a better position. So they'll land themselves in a deficit, and Carpe Diem's map control in his post plant is super dire. All trapped in towards A main. But Micro up on the boost will make good onto a left. The position's awkward, but able to deliver upon it. Micro finds a double kill. And despite Rocket getting themselves a favorable position, Carpe Diem make good with what they can. They're out of here with a round. 5-3.
Wow, so many low HP bars right there. You can see how close those fights were. But Carpe Diem win those crucial duels, and every one of them. Fortunately for Micro, he can't beat the palm. But it'll be enough to get a 5th round here, and finally put some economic pressure on Rocket here once again, to where they can start to build a pretty healthy T side here. You're going to have to deal with Nero's op, and obviously that's going to be something to be concerned about here for sure, but doing some of the hard work in establishing these T runs.
Yeah, again, a very difficult position. Sometimes that A site retake is actually one of the more retakeable sites in Counter-Strike, just because when the teams don't have a lot of that map control, they get very stuck together, and perfect spam from Arcade as well to deal with the left. There could still be some problems here on the B site. Oh, he's gonna start a walk down. Oh, Wiz is in trouble. This is the bomb, and there's an op. But calls for backup, and will work out well. Cave players also make a move, and crisis averted. Nero's gonna go for a couple of exits here. I mean, that's surely just gonna call in a hunting party for him. And, well, he's gonna hunt the hunters.
Jeez. Nice shots on the way out for Nero. He'll be able to fight for the save. He will fight hard, but again, I feel like a player that when he started opting, I was kind of surprised. And I feel like it's been a pleasant surprise. He's been really consistent with it.
Yeah, he is. I mean, so far this game, he's hit all the shots that he's had the opportunity for. Okay, barring one that comes to mind. Like, look, no one's perfect. But he has had some nice shots in between. He did miss one. I remember player jumping up on the mid boxes, but of course, 3 exit kills aren't going to win you the rounds. He needs to do it at the start of these rounds to get things going for his team, and for that, Carpe Diem have kind of limited him there.
His op has been looking good. Again, outside of that small miss here, but nooz, ooh, discounts Micro right there. And looking for trade. That HE will do it. That'll do the trick. It'll catch him. There you go. Nero again posted up. Collect onto the tripwire, but double up in donut. Hard to anticipate right there. Still the trades come through. They're still fighting for this round. But you gotta get the bomb down.
And he'll be able to scoop it up. Wiz makes his way over that triple. The molly, though, from Emiya. It will not burn out Arcade. He escapes just as it spreads. So now in an awkward situation, They do know where Nero was. He fired off from CT spawn. And Arcade even clears that out. Maybe starting to isolate the angles now. Emiya has to make a move first, but then Nero gets an opportunity on a whiz, and this is known. This position, absolutely. The retake again here for Rocket. They're going to start clawing back in the half.
Excellent shot right there from Nero. Onto Wiz as well. Mia falls up. They both hit double digits in this round here, and they find themselves a fourth. Rocket putting up a bit of a resistance on this defense. And some tough decisions for Carpe Diem at this point. Gotta figure out the economic situation right now, and they'll go for a half buy. They're not going to go all in. Probably saving for the last round of half instead. Go back to that B-side play that they did earlier.
Oh, and this is going to be weird because Nero has nades in hand. All the players are going to be trapped inside of Cave. At a minimum, they're going to try wrapping around towards the ramp. A good smoke. Some very on-the-fly decision-making here from Rocket. Could get them back into this retaking. You see Carpe Diem are kind of lacking space. They need to fight for CT spawn control. And Rocket have the better weapons, but a kill from Seb. If he finds a double, combines with Lake, and now Carpe Diem have been established here on this B site. Nero and Emiya, though, will try to start this retake up again, this time on a different site. Fake defuse. Not going to be working out. Struggling to actually get on the bomb. Micro needs to get this spam in. But Emiya just going to stick it all the way inside of the smoke. He can't get eyes on his target. There's another defuse here for Rocket.
Just about have enough right there to get it done on the retake. Yeah, toss that op over as well. Onto Nero's hands, looking to tie things up. Carpe Diem got some flair. Yeah, looking to end it off strong here. One more round could win them this half. I feel like Ancient split. Maybe it's almost to be expected. You want some T-side leverage, though. Double up right back to it here once again. No way nooz is making this sort of move.
Oh, the P-flash,
and he's winded up completely. And it ends up being a 1-for-1 as Emiya wants to commit and continue.
There's a team flash that came through. A pop flash, I believe, was set up from the TT side to give them access to that B lane, but staring right into it. Just gets caught out. Now the boost from Wiz, but doesn't really want to stick around on it for too long. He kind of has a left pinned. Neither player quite knows this yet. Maybe a feeling, but, well, now you're feeling a 50 caliber bullet. Wiz, though, gonna peek before the smoke and off with his head. 3v3.
Oh, man. Never peek before the smoke blooms right there. Micro. He's going to claim some of this B side. It's all a game of timing at this point here. nooz, does he have it? It looks like he just might. He certainly does. Even more casualties here over towards middle. Finally, some resistance coming through there, but Nero to cap it off, tie things up at 6s as we head off to a break.
And so a litany of retakes. The late rounds working out for Rocket. They're going to bring it up 6-all. And honestly, that's just a strength of this team. They just play good instinctual Counter-Strike. It's why they've been around here in ECL for as long as they have. And Emiya and Droid putting together so many of these rounds. But now for the pistol here. Carpe Diem trying to bounce back a bit. And with Arcade, well, he gets one, but then goes down. It's a bit awkward over in the B lanes. And Wiz will get another kill to cap it off, but this A side is overrun.
We'll be able to at least punch in those digits there. Start a post plant. Now there is no kid on the CT side either, so gonna have to make some quicker moves on this retake if they want to try and move it successfully. A CT smoke is gonna make it very tricky as well.
Flash being tossed into segment off the defense, retaking players. Bombs at the halfway point as well. No kit. This is huge. And aleph. Oh, inside the smoke. He realizes he's running into someone. Seb will at least trade one back, but these kills need to come through. The defuse needs to start, and there's just no time. There is no time without the kits. Get all the kills. $300 will be pocketed for Seb, but they're going to lose this pistol round. Rocket are going to take the lead.
Had to fight hard for, you know, a little bit of a claw back, and they do gather it. Had their money shot a couple of times in that first half, and yet still tie it up. So for Rocket, this is pretty resilient from them so far, and then that pistol is going to further confirm that, you know, they can finally hold on to a lead here. They've tied things up a couple of times here, but finally getting the lead has to feel nice after works have been done. This might be a head-on collision though on the A side. 5 USPs running into the back team.
Yo. There's one, and with A, he's got 35 bullets to work with. But he'll switch to the Glock to finish the job. I think he still had plenty more remaining in that Galil. But that will do. Quick 2-0 here for Rocket on the second half. And Carpe Diem, well, they have been playing some, like, good Counter-Strike just towards the later end of these rounds. It's fallen through their fingers, especially in the post plants. In the previous half, these kind of late round situations come back to bite them here. I don't know, but it's just the opening 2. We'll see what these gun rounds look like. Carpe Diem on the perch.
That could be another story now. They have the rifles in hand here, but still losing out to these tins. Molotov is going to force Seb into a decision to go forward or back. Ooh,
Neither.
Got a Molotov of his own here. Not
He
bad.
chose to go forward and back, and he went down for it. And now A also drops. But the D's still have bomb control, so just a brawl of the early stages here leaves us 2v3.
It's manageable. Lining up some execution utility towards this B side. In the meantime, Carpe Diem, they're a pack. Everyone joining up here. Lowest HP goes first. Arcade, lead the way. Wiz will separate though, and largely probably off the smoke that he hears towards this B side. Gonna have a chance to cut him off here.
Timing. It's good for Arcade, but is Emiya ready for the second? Around the corner. That's a perfect off angle there from Seb. He knows his lines and basically gets info on aleph as well. 30 seconds. And aleph has got to be a little paranoid here. But where his opponents are. But general guesses towards CT spawn as he charges in. Will be offered a free bomb plant.
Start this post plant here. Maybe close it. Molotov, good. Buy some time here. Ticks in the volley as well. Vision. Oh, no vision. Behind it. The flame shroud. Wiz. And shroud. But yeah, flames covered his position, and it's a bit unfortunate.
Never say shroud, Cole. Never.
Not in an NA broadcast.
That's he who shall not be named.
The only man that can stop Donk.
I don't know if like we should champion Shroud history or erase him from it. I'm not really sure. I mean, you know, I'm just saying I've never seen Shroud and Donk in the same room, so you never know. He might be back. I mean, look, Shroud left CS in 2017, and guess who started playing CS in 2017? By the way, I'm not even kidding. Donk started playing CS in 2017, so welcome back, Shroud.
Jeez. That's wild.
Hold on, I'm making a Twitter meme after that. That's heat.
Glad that inspiration for the team here. Yeah, looking for some inspiration on that B site. Seb gets claimed here. Flash being quick mid setup being called after this.
Oh, great pop flash. 2 players out in the open. Lake and Micro will capitalize. And the reaction a little slow here from Rocket. Rotates are already here on towards B. Wiz can take this back lane, but an off holding him. He's going to swing into it. Now a 3 versus 3. Knocked off the angle here from Micro. Players cross into the site. Emia will make it. Nero, it's awkward. A USP tries to chase him down, but instead, well, he's got backup. Carpe Diem knocked to the floor. An awkward situation there for Rocket, but somehow in the madness, they'll make it out of this one.
They just left to grab an A1S and bail. Rocket will be able to close it out, man. That round looked so good, even in the 4v5 that they were in, with the perfect flashbang coming through. If you're Wiz and you see that flash, and you see the 2 assists, you're just cheesing, knowing you set your teammates up for success. But then, you know, in the very next 15 or so seconds, you then dry peek into an AWP, and then you're frowning, so. Counter-Strike gives and takes very quickly.
Yeah, Wiz was hoping for something a little bit more, you know, hasty, cursory from Rocket, but Nero staying solid here. You know, doing his job in the execute, holding the angles, allowing his teammates to clear out the sites with ease, and punishing some oversteps from Carpe Diem. So yeah, just a single saved rifle. I mean, that's what I've actually got to, you know, laud them for, is on a Rocket, it's just some solid CS, and to be honest, that's kind of what just got them to the RMR. They objectively, in that game versus NRG, they played better CS. And we're seeing some solid executes come through here, and they could deliver a knockout to Carpe Diem in this map.
They could even diligent on the ecos here with the utility usage. They sure are. Toasting at a site. Lighten it up. In the meantime here, though, as the round heads towards B with the bomb, at least. Should be able to walk on it. I mean, right now, A's kind of only got 1 teammate nearby. At least 2 now. It shouldn't be a problem. Again, there's nobody here to meet them. Just could be a risk if there was more of a presence on this site. They will walk into the completely empty bomb site. We'll see what they can do on the exits.
Yeah. Lake's gonna be in some trouble, though, for these exits. Oh, he just hammered an eagle shot, though. I'll give it to him. But we're looking at double digits. Honestly, kind of a last laugh in this. You know, you blink, you miss it. Here for Carpe Diem, you know, you kind of falter in the pistol. You make a couple small mistakes, and then boom, the game's over. It's the brutality of this BO1 format. Terrorists win. So we're already looking at kind of a must-win situation for Carpe Diem. They're running out of runway.
And not a lot of room left here for error. Carpe Diem putting up a good first half there on that T side. They're able to break the money a couple of times here from Rocket, but now they're finding themselves in that same boat with Rocket's consistency in these rounds. Another gun round, though. This is going to be where they put a lot of the emphasis on right now, closing this one. As mid-control comes through here, both sides pressure. That Sam is close. Already so much damage done to Nero. He has to play careful with that AWP.
Oh, and that AWP from Nero is going to ring out 20 and 8 so far. And we were criticizing him earlier on. Oh, and it gets worse. Seb also caught out. Nero just he's just holding angles and getting handed kills left, right, and center. 3 in this round, and it's just people peeking to his op.
This is the easiest job right there. Lighten him up. He's always prepared. He is always prepared, and 22 and 8 is just insanity here. He's playing like an absolute right now. Lake left just shaking in his boots with a little bit of hope, a little bit of a twinkle in his eye that maybe he can disrupt this round.
He's gonna step forward around the edge of the smoke and then just get deleted. He was not gonna be escaping that, no matter how many kills he got. And you know, Nero just, I was joking earlier, it's like he has missed like one shot, it feels like, this entire game. When he's all holding an angle, no one's been able to beat him.
He's been in good spots as well. He just positions himself nicely. There's been a couple rounds here where even when Wiz doesn't have an op, he's still walking into the angle and losing out to it, like when he's rifling. So this guy is just playing fantastic so far, and it might just be a comfortable way to find yourself onto map point right now. A couple more kills that are going to be fed.
This map is looking quite over. Oh, Nero. I guess he is just like the rest of us, just a bit, but
1 HP.
plot armor still stands, yeah.
1 HP. Plot armor is the right term right there for how many just Glock shots rattled off right there, but either way, stands in the way of Carpe Diem success. That he will grab him for an 8 here. Looking for more. And they fight back. 5 chances to close right now for Rocket.
Okay.
Fast 8. This is a just big change of pace. And a bomb site that they haven't really quickly targeted at all in this half.
You know, the nature of how the half is gone, there's no real time for adjustment here for Carpe Diem. They can't get a read on their opponent. They've been leaping out middle a bunch of these rounds, and this is the perfect time to pull this kind of contact walk. Oh, man. They're just fried. This round's over. Nooz just double sprays down both defenders, man. That is... What can you do?
It's cooked. It's cooked. Nero gonna add another one to his tally, making a nice even 25. So you know what's better than 24? Micro and Seb will try to save this round, but I don't know if they'll get any luck.
Oh, I mean, not at all cold. It's Rocket running down the T side. It's Nero who's just able to hold angles, man, and just fire off shot after shot, and that's gonna pick up the first map in this little bout between Rocket and Carpe.
Yeah, that it is. I mean, what a great way to close as well, like you said.